It is being reported right now, even though we talked about him in the beginning of the show. Ty Simpson has been named the starting quarterback for the University of Alabama. I know we talked about it once, but now that this is somewhat breaking, your thoughts?
He is the best guy for this offense. And I know that at the beginning I was trying to point out the excitement for Keelon Russell and how he was brought up into the mix. It had nothing to do with me projecting who was going to start or not. Ty Simpson is not identical to Michael Penix, but his skill set is a lot better for Ryan Grubb's offense for this team to succeed. I think that he is going to be more of a facilitator. I think that Jalen Milroe was an incredibly gifted athlete who struggled at times and did not have the necessary processing in order for the offense to work last year. This team, though, still, I think, is going to lean on the receivers because that's what happened at Washington. I think that outside of Ryan Williams, we could see an emergence of someone unexpected that could capture the moment because they've got so much big production out of receivers within this offense.
As we stated before, and to talk about it again, I don't think Greg McElroy, as stating, ran out there and said what he said unless he saw something pretty bona fide. The same day that he clips something and he puts it out there saying that he looks really freaking good is the same day that the kid's going to be named the starter or has been named the starter. Joe, the kid must have impressed. And clearly you have Ryan Grubb, as we talked about a week ago, going out there saying, hey, the biggest thing that I've seen of the entire offense has been Ty Simpson's growth. So number one, of all the things he could have mentioned, running game, O-line, tight ends, wide receivers, running backs. He just said, hey, Ty Simpson's grown the most by far. I think that when you have coaches that go out there and say stuff like that, the writing becomes on the wall. But, Joe, I kind of feel like that this was the inevitable, and they had a scrimmage on Saturday, and he won it over. He ended it. First time that he got a chance to end it, he went out there and ended it. Now comes the second question that we got to ask. All right, this kid was in a battle, and shit, he made it so convincing that it was over in the blink of an eye. It took him a week. What did he do? How much better can Alabama be if they have more consistency at quarterback? With the guys that they have on defense, with everything that they have returning, and Ryan Grubb, if I'm a Bama fan, I'm starting to buy this juice. Pause.
So that's a really good point that you just brought up there. The fact that this was so...
Is that the first time you've complimented me all show?
No. I compliment you all the time. The fact that this happened so expeditiously and that you didn't wait until... Because there's no benefit to doing this. There's not. You have a Power 4 opponent, a premier brand in Florida State that thinks that they're going to knock you off.
Which is so stupid.
It does not benefit you to reveal who the starting quarterback is going to be because it allows for them to not completely prepare because there's not really any film on Ty Simpson, but to prepare for a specific player in mind under center. If you're this confident, it means two things. He's dominating. There's a clear separation between him and Austin Mack. And most importantly, he's establishing himself as a leader, and you do not want to take that out from underneath him. You want him to be able to capitalize on the momentum of rallying the locker room as early as possible. I think that that's probably a driving force of this. Here's my biggest thing with Ty Simpson, though, and what we need to see from him this year. I think what hurt them a lot last year was that Jalen Milroe showed a lot of indecisiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we need to see Ty Simpson, which we don't have enough of a sample size to really know truly if he's going to be a better decision maker, but he's got to be reactive. He's got to be decisive. He's got to get the ball out quick. He's got to be aggressive downfield. He's not going to have his legs to lean on like Jalen Milroe did. And they're not going to be able to scheme effectively around having that extra layer. So to that point, we got to see a much more reactive quarterback under center in Ty Simpson.
Accuracy.
Yeah.
Who is the best at getting our playmakers? We think we have really good playmakers. Who's the best at getting Ryan Williams to football? Apparently, per Greg McElroy, Ryan Williams and Ty Simpson really look good together. So if that's the case, and you think Bama's defense is who they are, and you're going ones versus ones, Joe, I mean, again, per McElroy, he's talking about them twice. I mean, he doesn't say this, but he says he talks about it in his clip. He led him down the field. He missed one throw on a back shoulder. Guys got mixed up. And then the only other pass that he missed in the scrimmage is he thought a guy was going to sit on a route, and he didn't sit on a route, and they misread one another. Okay. By the way, McElroy said that he thought the receiver should have sat, and that Ty made the right throw. That means against this Bama defense, he's leading them down the field. I get you're playing against your same team. But the problem is that you got a kid that's dominating, like you talked about, right now against your own team. He's going to run out there against Florida State, and we're going to find out. Now, in reference to FanDuel, you have a situation with Ty Simpson, Joe. He's plus 1,600 to win the Heisman.
I ain't taking that. I'm not taking that.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to say I'm taking it either, but be honest with you, I'm not taking Jeremiah Smith at plus 1,100. Right? I mean, I don't think a receiver is going to win it back-to-back years. Like, there are a couple – we're pointing him out, but there are a couple of guys that are up there that don't really deserve to be on there either. Joe, I said this in the beginning. I'm going to bring it up again. There is something brewing where confidence is starting to take place in Tuscaloosa. There's a lot – brother, Bama's oozing confidence right now. Like it, love it, or hate it, they feel like they're going to be a really damn good football team.
They are. On FanDuel, their win total set at 9.5, and this has been a big conversation point and one of that you and I have debated. I still really think that their interior defensive line with Tim Keenan and James Smith is going to be super dynamic. I think that Deontay Lawson is going to be great at linebacker for them. They might have the best DB room in the SEC, or just at least, the best corner room. It's all going to come down to the pass rush that they can generate. And two, does this group of offensive linemen, which there's 3 of them currently that are on the radar of the NFL pretty highly, can those guys take steps forward in order to play to their potential? There's a lot of talent that I think needs to be actualized. And I think that was something that I brought up sometimes defending Alabama last year, was that they were pretty young in a lot of areas. A lot of young guys that were making mistakes that just weren't stepping up to the moment in certain situations. I think that the vast adversity that they saw last year is going to help them mature and take a step forward.